Okay, so today we're diving into a really important topic. It can be tough, but it's crucial. Processing deep trauma, like with PTSD. We're going to look at a specific technique called Imaginal Exposure. Our goal here is basically to give you a quick, clear shortcut to understanding what this is, why it works, and how it helps people heal.
Right. And for anyone who's looked into trauma therapy, imaginal exposure, well, it sounds simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Essentially, it involves revisiting a traumatic memory in your imagination. You recount it out loud, usually multiple times and always in the present tense.
Present tense, okay.
Yes. The main purpose is to help you articulate the whole memory, but in your own words. That includes the thoughts, the feelings, even the physical sensations that come up. Doing this repeatedly, bringing those details out. You're not just remembering, you're actively reorganizing it, updating how it feels. It's like tackling some really intense, unfinished business in your mind.
That makes sense, because we naturally want to avoid painful memories, right?
Yeah.
But you're saying that avoidance actually keeps them alive? Like they come back as nightmares, flashbacks, that kind of haunting feeling.
Exactly that. Avoiding it, it guarantees it sticks around. It's almost like an undigested meal causing discomfort until it's processed. These traumatic memories keep showing up, flashbacks, nightmares, troubling thoughts, because they haven't been fully processed, fully digested, you could say.
I like that analogy.
Or think of it like a book. Imagine the trauma is a book stored in your brain, a flashback. That's like the book just falling open to a really painful paragraph.
Not you choosing to open it.
Right. So imaginal exposure is about deciding to read the entire book, start to finish. But critically, you're reading it from where you are now, safe, in the present, not from that terrifying perspective back then. You're giving your brain the full story it needs to finally kind of file it away properly.
That reading the whole book idea really clicks. Yeah. Okay, so when someone actually does this, when they commit to revisiting these memories, what changes? What are the actual benefits of doing this recounting over and over?
Well, there are really 5 key ways this helps. It's quite transformative. First, it helps you process and, importantly, organize the memory. It stops being this chaotic, fragmented thing and becomes more of a coherent story you can look at from today.
Okay, organizing it. Makes sense.
Second, it really sharpens the difference between remembering something awful from the past and feeling like it's actually happening again right now. You learn, like deep down, that memories, even intensely painful ones, aren't dangerous in the present moment.
Right. The memory feels bad, but it isn't harming you now.
Precisely. Third, your distress level actually goes down. It's a process called habituation. Your brain learns the anxiety, the fear. Those feelings don't last forever if you stay with the memory instead of pushing it away. The intensity fades.
Okay. Like exposure therapy for phobias, but for a memory.
Sort of, yes. Fourth, it helps you disentangle the trauma from things that might seem similar but are actually safe. So, for example, a survivor of assault might learn to differentiate the specific attacker from, say, other men in general. This reduces that generalized fear.
That's huge for getting back to daily life.
Absolutely. And fifth, and this is really profound, it increases your sense of control, your competence. You develop this feeling of mastery, realizing you can choose when to think about the trauma and when to set it aside. It doesn't control you anymore.
Wow, that last one. Regaining control. And it really strikes me, the power you mentioned of just saying these things out loud. The worst, scariest, maybe most shameful moments, it's like secrets, isn't it? They fester in the dark. But you bring them into the light, maybe share them with someone understanding, and they start to lose that awful power.
That's a great way to put it. And the process itself, it's usually guided by a therapist, of course. In a safe setting, you'd typically start recounting just before the traumatic event began, describing everything in vivid detail, always in the present tense, often with eyes closed to really help you immerse in the memory, but from your current safe place. And you repeat the story several times in one session.
Okay. And then afterward, it's not just the recounting, is it?
No, afterward is key. There's a processing phase. You talk about the thoughts, the feelings that came up during the exposure. This is often where new insights happen. Things like realizing, it really wasn't my fault, or there was nothing I could have done differently. Big shifts can happen there.
And facing these things head on, it takes real courage, doesn't it? I mean, it sounds hard, especially at first.
Yeah.
But courage isn't not being scared. It's being scared and doing it anyway.
Exactly. It's incredibly brave work.
And the payoff, as you outlined, seems immense. This kind of work, it really will pay off for the rest of your life, won't it? And presumably, it gets easier, less overwhelming as you go.
It absolutely does get easier over time. It's about reclaiming your story, Taking back that control we talked about, you feel the difference.
So maybe a final thought for you listening. Think about any undigested memories or maybe unclosed books in your own life. They could be big things, or maybe smaller ones. What might it mean for you personally to find the courage to revisit them, process them, and truly regain control, to finally turn that page?